Commitment makes the difference.
Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to News Channel 12. I'm Caroline Ford.
And I'm Brendan Ward.
Warren County Public Schools are closed today. The Board of Education made the closure in response to numerous staff members requesting time off to travel to Frankfort for the end of the legislative session. Warren County Superintendent Rob Clayton sent out a letter on Wednesday saying, quote, "We are fortunate to have a staff of selfless, caring individuals who are truly concerned about the future of public school education. And they, more than anyone, recognize how this impacts the future quality of our communities and future economic development. I realize this decision will be met with support from some in our community and disappointment by others," end quote. In addition, Clayton plans to recommend to the Board of Education to not make up this day due to the unique circumstances surrounding the event. The state attorney general plans to sue the Kentucky governor after the governor signs the new pension reform bill next Tuesday. The bill will make a hybrid retirement plan for new teachers. Andy Bashir, KEA, and the Kentucky State Lodge Fraternal Order of Police will enter the lawsuit. The defense team includes the Board of Trustees of the retirement system.
I don't take anything he does seriously on things like that. It's a political stunt. He's wrong. He'll lose in court. We are correct in what's being done. The Attorney General is just trying to get you all to cover him, and it's working.
Educators teach students everything from academics to valuable life skills. I went to the top of the hill at Western Kentucky University to meet with one professor who hopes to bring educational values into state politics. On March 29th, the Kentucky House and Senate members passed SB 151 pension reform bill. After the 200-page bill was passed, several Kentucky educators went to the state capitol to protest the proposed bill instead of being in a classroom. Western Kentucky University professor Patty Mentor was one of the educators that participated in the protest.
I think that's a bad bill. The bill creates a defined contribution system, which means that new teachers will go into something that's like a 401k. And it creates no new funding stream to fund the pension promises that have been made to current teachers.
In 1993, Minna started her teaching career at WKU and has taught here for 24 years. Not only has she been a professor for 24 years, she has been involved in many leadership positions as well.
Serve on the University Benefits Committee from 2000 until 2011. And in 2007, I ran to be WKU's faculty regent.
With all of the fear of pension issues from educators, Mentor believes this is the time for them to step up in government leadership positions.
So I think educators are excellent communicators, and we work with everybody, and I think we understand what the problems are from the bottom up.
If she wins State House Representative of District 20, she will take over Jordan Rickard's seat, which she held for 42 years. Mentor believes this is the year for change in Kentucky government and thinks the people will be a part of the change if they come out and vote.
People are very angry about the bad budget. I think they're very angry about the bad pension bill. They're very angry about a tax cut that was passed for wealthy people. None of that's okay. So I'm not at all sure Democrats are going to be the minority party after November 6th.
Regardless of the outcome in November, Mentor plans to teach 3 courses at WKU in the fall.
Now Matthew Wine joins us with a first look at our forecast.
Thank you, Caroline. Beautiful day outside right now, 76 degrees, dew point of only 51, so it's high and dry right now. One of those days you just want to sit outside and read a book or throw a ball or frisbee on South Lawn. But change is coming. You see the pressure, that little F over there means the pressure is falling. So changes will be coming for the rest of your week. And one thing I want to point out, winds out of the south, so bringing in warm air, but at 23 miles an hour. So it is a blustery day today. Gusts already upwards of 30 miles an hour today. Temperatures around the region about the same as ours, 77 in Nashville and Louisville, 76 here in Bowling Green, as well as London. A little further west, temperatures are actually a little bit cooler due to the cloud cover that's moving in with that low pressure system that I mentioned that will be making big changes for the weekend. So today, hot and windy, very windy with gusts, as I said, over 30 miles an hour. Chance of thunderstorms later in the night. Thunderstorms and rain, a sure thing for your Saturday all day from breakfast to bedtime. And then on your Sunday, rain chances decreasing after the noontime hour. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Matthew. Coming up on News Channel 12 Live at 1, on-campus students are afforded a green service that those who live in off-campus apartments are not.
And find out how members of the WKU community are addressing the stigma surrounding sexual assault.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this.
So, I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes. I
Right?
mean, like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, so this saved me.
I really believe in you, you know.
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did you?
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
WKU Resource Conservation invests in recycling efforts for the campus community, but their reach may not stretch as far when students move off campus. Reporter Madison Martin explores why.
Across WKU, you'll probably notice blue containers, cans, and community bins, all to promote a sustainable campus. When you live on campus, recycling is made easy, but what can you do by the time you move off the hill?
Western tries to support student recycling efforts in as many capacities as possible, but we are somewhat limited on what we can offer to off-campus residents.
Apartment complexes catering to students across Bowling Green usually include utilities in their rent. But what's not is recycling, although it's something the city's recycling company says they're willing to do.
Very few will allow that. Very few. Even the large apartment complexes here in town that don't cater to the students don't allow our trucks on their property.
One local student apartment property manager does say that residents haven't asked about having recycling picked up and wonders if they would even take advantage of it if they did. In Warren County, for just $2.50, curbside pickup is automatically added to single-family residents' utility bills, but multifamily residences, like apartment complexes, must opt in individually. And then Southern Recycling needs the go-ahead to pick it up.
The only thing that students can do is go to your property managers or the owners of the complexes that you're living in and say, we want to do this. Nothing's going to happen until the property owners have some pressure put on them to do it.
Don't be afraid to talk to your apartment complex owner. Recycling is only available on WKU's campus because a while ago, students came to the administration and said, we want to recycle. So don't doubt your voice, don't doubt that you can get these resources in your living community.
For now, many off-campus students must use alternatives to live more green. In Bowling Green, I'm Madison Martin, News Channel 12.
Interested students can bring their recyclables to WKU's community bins, located behind the Service and Supply building. Southern Recycling also offers free bins located at countywide volunteer fire departments and their Bowling Green headquarters.
Well, April is Sexual Assault Prevention Month, and reporter Olivia Eiler spoke with staff at the WKU Counseling and Testing Center about the What Were You Wearing exhibit. which features the clothes survivors were wearing when they were assaulted.
You know, it doesn't matter what they were wearing or where they were or who they were with or how late they were out, and on and on and on. So it makes me angry now when I hear someone say, well, what were they wearing? Because that should not be part of the issue.
The stigma is created in that culture that condones sexual violence and then blames the victim. The perpetrator is at fault for sexual assault, period. I mean, it should be simple. I'm afraid, you know, that we still live in the culture that we all don't agree on that simple fact.
It is that old obstacle of victim blaming.
It's much more common experience than many people think, actually. So it can happen to any of us. Sexual assault really impacts individuals so deeply, you know, not only the physical, emotional level, but then it can really shatter, you know, the personal identities and worldviews and, you know, the basic trust we have in other people, you know, the goodness in other people, you know.
I think one of the challenges is finally being very well met, and that is the speaking out. You know, we're going to start believing the victims. We're not going to push it under the rug. The follow-up challenge to the speaking out is that we don't get so focused on the cause that we lose sight of the individuals. You know, we don't need to get so wrapped up in, you know, carrying the sign that we forget the people behind the sign.
I think that we still need, you know, a lot of education, you know, to change this culture.
Find something to participate in. You know, be a part of this in some way, big or small, because that sends such a message to victims that they're not just walking this path by themselves.
Students and victims of sexual assault can find support at the WKU Counseling and Testing Center, at the Student Conduct Office, and from the WKU Police.
Coming up on weather, Matthew Wine gives us a look at our 7-day forecast.
And later, Tori Bowling recaps the NHL playoffs and more.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream, that I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly, just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool. Ah yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Welcome back to NC12. Temperatures around the region already in the upper 70s, making their way into the 80s. So a pleasant day right now, getting a little warmer as the sunshine continues to just rain down on the region, and temperatures will move, as I said, into the low 80s. With the dew point of 51, it feels great out there right now. High and dry, just a good day to be outside and enjoy a book, go out on the south lawn, play around with friends. It's just a good day to be outside right now. Winds coming out of the south at 23 miles per hour, and gusts already in the 30-mile-per-hour range. Around campus, up the hill at the Chaos Lab, 74, South Campus at 75, as well as the Houch. Owensboro a little cooler at 73, and so is E-Town at 73. Glasgow already at 75. Yesterday's weather. Today is basically a clone of what we had yesterday. 82 for a high with a low of 54. Our low usually this time of year is 45 and a high temperature of only 69, so we have just blasted those out of the water. However, the record temperature of 94 nowhere to be seen yesterday or today, and that's due to the rain that's moving into the region. Cloud cover will increase later on in the night as this rain begins to push forward. A low pressure system around Nebraska and Kansas will start to move eastward, and our chances for rain showers, especially thunderstorms, increasing in the morning time hours. We will see the thunderstorms first. I don't believe that there will be any severe weather for our region associated with it. That will stay further south. However, thunderstorms will probably be what you wake up to in the morning, and then rain showers continuing throughout the day. And we're expecting quite heavy rain of an inch, inch and a half, even 2 inches in some localized areas. So we are in a little bit of a deficit right now when it comes to the rainfall category, and we'll be making our way out of that all due to Saturday, and then even overnight into Sunday morning around the noontime hour. The rain will remain in this area, but then begin to push its way out. This afternoon, as I said, high and dry at 81, very gusty with gusts already over 30 miles an hour. 62 for tonight. Chances for rain showers and thunderstorms beginning really more early morning hours Saturday as opposed to the nighttime and evening hours for your Friday. However, tomorrow, those rain chances will increase dramatically. Storms for the first part of the day and then stick around all the way through even to bedtime. 72 or only 72 for our high tomorrow, excuse me. And after seeing 80s today, maybe that'll be a little bit of a relief for some people. The showers, however, will move out by Sunday around noon, with temperatures only making it into the upper 50s, not even into the 50s on Monday as cloud cover sticks around blocking that sunshine. Lows in the 30s for Monday and Tuesday, but as we begin to get later on into the week, we will see temperatures in the low 70s and upper 60s. And you can stay with us at WKU Storm Team and WKUweather.com.
Thanks, Matt. After the break, Tori Bowling will give you a look at the softball version of Battle of the Bluegrass Showdown.
And he'll update you on what the Hilltopper football team is doing in the offseason.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up 1 finger if you're a man, women 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
I'll be right back. Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
The ladies in red split Wednesday's doubleheader against EKU. Let's take you to the action. After Kelsey Aki retired the Colonels in order to start the day, WKU took a quick 4-0 lead in the 3rd inning. Freshman Maddie Bowles drills a ball to the right field fence for a triple, and Kelsey Aki carried her no-hitter into the top of the 3rd before EKU would score 3 runs, pull within a run. The Hilltoppers added their final run on a fielder's choice that allowed Rebecca Ingehart to score from second. They would go on to win 6-3. EKU responded in the 2nd game, winning the game 8-4. For those of you who haven't heard, Julius Morris is one fast man. 3 days ago, Morris qualified for the semifinals of the 200-meter dash at the Gold Coast 2018 Commonwealth Games. The All-American athlete clocked a time of 20.67 seconds. To put that in perspective, that's a little over 30 feet per second or a little over 20 miles an hour. Mama, there goes that man. Only 6 out of 73 runners posted a better time than that. In the semifinals last night, he posted an even faster time of 20.66 seconds, but missed the finals by just 0.03 of a second, ending his time at the games. The WKU men's golf team finished the Ryman Hospitality Intercollegiate with 3 players in the top 20. The team finished just 2 strokes out of 3rd place and tied for 5th for the tournament. Junior Stuart Easton had his 4th top 10 performance of the season, finishing 6th after struggling early with a knee injury. Redshirt junior Billy Tom Sargent ended the tournament tied for 12th, making that his 7th top 20 finish of the season. The Hilltoppers head to the final tournament of the regular season as they head to Indiana for Purdue's Boilermaker Intercollegiate Tournament. Week 3 of spring football came to a conclusion last night Friday with a 60-play team scrimmage. With the departure of Mike White, Coach Sanford said after the scrimmage that cleaning up quarterback play is a main priority at the moment, saying that snaps and exchanges were sloppy at times. The Tops began their 4th week on Tuesday, and preparation is being focused around the annual Red v. White game that will take place on April 21st at 2 o'clock. That game is also a chance for WKU fans all around Bowling Green to get a chance to see the Tops at a reasonable price of free admission to get a good look at next year's Topper football team. The Hot Rods finished their four-game set against the South Bend Cubs, with the Cubs swept the Hot Rods in the final series, a final score of 5-0. The Hot Rods are back at home this weekend for a 3-game series against the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. Here are the dates and times for that series this weekend at Bowling Green Ballpark. The series kicks off tonight starting at 6:35, then Saturday at the same time, and the series concludes Sunday at 2 o'clock. From the diamond to the ice, it's playoff time in Smashville. The number 1 overall seed Nashville Predators went up against the Colorado Avalanche last night in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Colorado started the night off strong with a goal in the first period, but the Predators would go on to tie the game up with 2 goals in the second period, and then another 2 goals in the third period from Philip Forsberg. The Predators went on to win 5-2, and they will play Game 2 this Saturday in Bridgestone Arena. You can get caught up with all things sports at Extra Point on Thursdays at 6, and you can follow the Extra Point on Twitter at ExtraPointWKU.
Thank you, Tori. Well, next on News Channel 12, Aria Mathis gives us a look into the life of a drag queen.
And we will have more weather for the weekend with Matt coming up.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you.
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch. Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
WKU Housing and Residence Life hosted their 4th annual drag show last week on South Campus. Reporter Aria Mathis spoke with one man about his performance experience.
I was so scared for so long to tell them that I was gay, and then even that I was like interested in stuff like this, but at the same time they said it didn't really shock them either.
All right, walk the runway for me, Mama. Yeah, let the
I
people
wouldn't say
scream for it.
I'm becoming someone else. I guess it's just a side of me that I don't normally let people see.
Last year she was good and dry and dusty, but this year she is sickening. It's okay.
My parents always like to give me crap because when I was growing up, they'd always walk in my room and I'd be sitting there in a rocking chair with headphones in and my eyes closed, and they had no idea what I was thinking about, but I was always dreaming of being this big flashy superstar with big hair and high heels and stuff like that. I can't remember what movie it was, but someone in it said, you don't want all your best experiences in life to be in your head. And I was like, you know, that's pretty true, so I just put myself out there last year and looked god awful, and I lost my shoes halfway through and my wig came off, and my makeup was rough, and learned that you do have to know something about hair and makeup and wardrobe to be a good drag queen, so a lot of queens here in town were able to help with that.
This next queen holds a very special place in the hole where my heart used to be. She let me borrow hair, she let me borrow shoes, she gave me an outfit, she straightened one of my wigs for me before a show. She's done it all.
And that's what I love about the drag community, where we're so willing to help each other out.
Yeah, absolutely.
We wouldn't be able to do what we do without support from the community, and with this being such a small town, you wouldn't expect it to be something that's so popular, but it is, sure enough. So it's because of people like you and people in the community that give us a platform to do what we love.
A total of 13 drag queens and kings performed at the event in front of an audience of more than 600.
Now Matthew Wine joins us with a final look at our forecast.
It has been quite the change this weekend from last weekend, guys. It truly will be, especially after today. We had temperatures already making it into the 80s, and as tomorrow comes around, the sunshine will be gone, and we will have lots and lots of rain moving into the area. Saturday, we're looking at upwards of an inch, even some places 2 inches of rainfall tomorrow. So it really, truly will be from breakfast all the way to bedtime tomorrow on your Saturday. 72 degrees for a high. Sunday, dropping drastically to only 57 with the rain coming to an end around your noontime hour. So if you're going to have to pick one of those 2 days, it's definitely going to be Sunday if you're trying to get out and do something. But the rest of the week looks much better. Sunshine returning into the picture Thursday and Wednesday as well. Temperatures back up into the 60s and 70s. So big changes though for this weekend.
Got some of them hot rods might have trouble playing tomorrow with all that rain.
Absolutely, it's going to be awful for them. Honestly, I don't see how they're even going to be able to put the game on.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if those players, how they cope with that and what happens this weekend. So it'll be interesting to see what this weather does for our community, right?
Absolutely.
Now I'm hoping that the rain is going to keep the bugs away just for a little bit. So I'm really looking forward to the rain, because the bees and the wasps, they won't be outside if it's raining. So
I think it'll do that for you, Brendan.
Very, very true. Good point. Well, that's all the time we have this afternoon. Thanks for making News Channel 12 your source for news.
Have a great weekend.